You got it. Kidney, nut, my liver. I don't fucking care.
It's the best intro ever. Welcome to Evilive, the live-minute commentary show that answers the question, can I have Ethan Hawke as a dad? Subscribe if you're new to the channel because today we are reviewing the episode 9 of season 3, fucking Elora's dad. I don't know what's happening. What was your initial thoughts of this?
God, this was just a good episode. Like, I mean, I feel it's kind of redundant. Like, I don't think at any point in time we're ever going to be like, oh, this is a stupid fucking episode. But God, it was so good. Like, we finally get to see her dad and like what happened with him.
Yeah.
And just,
it was real.
Yeah.
It felt really, really real.
Mm-hmm.
I was initially struck by the fact that I have huge respect for Ethan Hawke. He is a professional actor. Like, he takes it very seriously. He doesn't fuck around like other actors. Like, he doesn't even really have fun with it. He's like, I'm here. I'm doing do my job to my best of my ability, and let's act the shit out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're opposite fucking kids who against each other seem great, but you don't really know whether they can hold up to like a real actor. And then you're fucking facing off on a table with Ethan Hawke and you're holding your own. God damn. Like, fucking Elora Danan, you're amazing.
Dude, that whole interaction, like, I have fucking been there before. I mean, not like the whole long lost dad or anything, but that's sort of like, look, I'm only here because I need this from you. I don't want to talk. I don't want anything. Let's just get this done and over with. Like, I've had those interactions with parents before, and that was just fucking real.
It's so goddamn good. The whole time I was living vicariously through her because I assumed they were eventually going to get a relationship. Like, that's like in my head, it was going to take a little bit, but they're going to get there. And I'm so very pleased that they ultimately did. But I was living vicariously. I was like, I want my horrible meeting my dad again experience not to be the focus. I want this to be something better, and I want to pretend like this was mine. And this gave me a great vicarious experience of meeting your dad for the first time and having them actually give a fuck and feel sorrow for how they acted and fucking just try to connect. And then they meet the goddamn family and I'm losing my goddamn mind. Fuck. Okay,
Right.
so before we get into that, this is directed by Sterlin Harjo, written by, fuck me, Kawana Nahir?
Yep.
Sorry.
That's
Devery Jacobs, and it was released September 20. So the entirety of the episode starts with them watching Elora like sign up for college.
Yeah.
So
because that's of course what you do. You go with your friend to fucking try to ruin life-altering decisions. Duh.
And then the fucking counselor. Who the fuck is this counselor?
Right.
I don't know if I want to like have him as my bestie or like shoot him. Like, I really, like, it's either or.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like, it could change throughout the day even.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Like, I was like, you're amazing. And then like, shut the fuck up. Like, the whole time. It's like, this is not a real human because humans do not have that range unless you're a psychopath and you're going to like murder someone, which who knows? Maybe
Could be.
Maybe this is the beginning of the, like, the fucking spin-off of a murder series. Reservation Death.
I'm down. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'd fucking have VHS series go to fucking Oklahoma. Let's do this shit. Do a whole reservation thing. Like, weave in native mythology and shit. I'd be down for that.
Fuck yeah.
That'd be cool as shit, actually. All right. Don't steal the idea, people. I'm going to do it. I'll do it with finger pumps.
Unless it's Sterling Harjo that's listening. In which case,
yeah,
fucking run with it, boo.
That's true. Be your best. Because it's fucking awesome. Yeah, that was crazy. And then, of course, she needs to get some information from her dad in order to fill out the application for federal assistance. And the whole time I'm just thinking, you'll be in debt for the rest of your life. Don't do it. There are scholarships. Keep looking, please. Like, don't get in the machine. The whole college fucking game, it went from literally my parents' generation having a fraction of the price to their parents' generation being paid to go to college, to us going into debt to go to college for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, all we're trying to do is build our lives and build the economy, and you get to suffer for it.
Yeah.
That's why trade schools are important, kids. Go to trade schools.
Oh, 100%. First of all, you make infinitely more money faster, and you actually contribute in a positive way.
Right? Like, I mean, fuck, for me personally, I had hunters the first fucking week I was in school. I hadn't even done anything yet except burn myself, and there's already people trying to hire me.
You're all,
so
I can't really even hold a torch. Like, we'll hire you.
Yeah. It's like trade schools, that's the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just the trades in general, we have a serious lack of people in those jobs, and they're very fulfilling and they're very fucking great. And anyway,
Fuck yeah.
Anyway, college, not for everyone.
No.
So she has to go find her dad, and she's like trailing him for a while, and he's just like a dude, just like a regular fucking dude.
Yep.
I don't know what she was expecting. I'll tell you what I wasn't expecting is Ethan fucking Hawke.
Nope, wasn't expecting that at all.
I don't know if other people see him as a B actor or not, but I really respect that dude.
Dude, he is great. He is one of those people that it's very easy to forget everything that you've seen him in because he's such a good character actor that he is that character.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Every single moment, I'm like, I want to see a different performance because actors, he's like a De Niro where like they're there. They don't fuck around. They're not like a Pacino. They are a De Niro, and I'm going to play the shit out of this. Did you see the Frankenstein with De Niro?
No.
I did not buy it at all, but I loved every second of it because it was fucking Frankenstein. And it was De Niro.
Didn't even know that was a fucking thing. I'm looking that shit up now.
It. It's badass. But yeah, we should probably do that on the show. Or on our buddy's show. Like something because
all right. I'm gonna put a pin in that.
It's got like an actual like a good cast too. Anyway, so fucking he's like De Niro's De Niro. He's not a fucking I'm sorry, Pacino is a Pacino. Like fucking Nicholson is Nicholson. Like you can't. These are just people who play like they're other people. Some actors they actually lose themselves in the roles.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke is one of those. Like I believed every second of him, and they didn't try to do anything unrealistic. Like he's just a fucking guy, a fuck up, who tried to make it work with this girl, and it just didn't work. And he owns that he wasn't worth. That's why it didn't work. He wasn't worthy. And then he lost track because fucking life. And he didn't reach out to his daughter. And the whole time, I am a wreck. And I'm just like, this is goddamn reality. I can't handle this shit. But I love every second of it. Because for once, wow, this is really shitty. It took me out of the people that it's, the writers, the directors, the actors, the fucking characters. And it put me like shitty white dude in the fucking show. And I was just like, fuck, this is real. Like, I am as fractured as this human. Like, God damn it. Before it was caricatures because I had no personal stake. Now I feel like I have a personal stake, and it's not because he's white. It's because of the life he's leading. And it's very familiar to me. It's shitty to say, but I identified with the dude, and I felt really bad about myself and about him. And I don't know. I loved it. I really enjoyed it.
Well, I feel like that's the strength of this season has been, I mean, it's still, of course, very native heavy, but the stories, other than obviously like the boarding school and all that shit, like other than the obvious, a lot of the other stories have been, it just so happens to be that they're native, but anybody who's had not like the most stellar life can relate to the shit they've gone through.
Yeah, I mean, all of their misadventures are totally identifiable. It doesn't matter your background at all.
Yeah.
Because it's youth coming to terms with reality and adulthood. What I think is so magical about this particular show is that it takes the magical as like this folk element of reality and it interweaves it. And I really appreciate that because that's how I see reality. I think about things that are like ridiculous and silly and don't seem to have any place in reality, like magic and fucking, special creatures like Bigfoot and aliens and shit like that. Like, it's ridiculous. But
I mean, whoa. Let's take this back a little bit. Let's not go that far.
Let's not use the R word in this show. I don't know. I just everything about this show really, really resonates with me, and this episode fucking hammered home like it doesn't matter your ethnic background, the amount of melatonin in your skin, none of that. It matters entirely about the culture that you were raised in, your individual weaknesses and whether you've succumbed to them, and then how you're dealing with that mess. Because the truth is no one comes out of life unscathed. We're all fucking tortured and traumatized. It's just how we deal with it. And Ethan's character, Elora's father, like, he wasn't ready for her. Mm-hmm. But for the next kids, he's not going to fuck that up. Like, I fucked it up the first time. I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to try. And his wife goes into fucking treatment because she's an addict, and he's taking care of the 3 kids himself, and he's seemingly barely holding on. I don't know how much trauma there's involved, but I bought the idea that he's fucking trying. Mm-hmm. And now that she introduced herself, he's in 100%. He will not leave now.
Well, and it was so funny. Like, the greatest example of that was when they're waiting at the bus stop. And he's like, no, it's cool. We'll just, you're my friend. We'll just tell them that. You don't need to worry about it. You don't even need to come to dinner. It's fine. They get off the bus. It's your new sister. It's like, yeah, I can imagine acting subtle, exactly like that.
Real subtle. I thought it was so great because the whole time I was like, no, go with them for the fucking pizza. Go with the pizza. And then she goes to the pizza. I was like, yes! And the kids are all interacting with each other, and it's just like this great moment. I just have this flashback to my family before, like, I turned into this insane black sheep, and we had some great moments like that together. Like Chuck E. Cheese moments. We're just like joy and happiness and laughter and ridiculousness. And then reality hits. And you're just like, fucking stave it off as long as possible because this is a great memory. That entire interaction with the family. And when he brought out that picture of her with her mom as a baby, fuck! Tears are flowing.
That hit hard.
And this great photo of my wife on a porch. Great lighting, magic hour and sunset with my son, and it's just beautiful. And I will forever cherish that image. It's just like, literally, I mean, it's hokey to say an image speaks 1,000 words, but it literally does. Like, it's it's like a song or a meal. It just throws you back in time immediately, and you're just like literally there in that moment again.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's so great. Oh man, this episode. Did it ever feel like it was too much for you? Like they were being too campy about it? Like, yeah, okay, we get it. He's your fucking stepdad. Let's go through some tropes of, you're trying to connect and we know you're going to, but you got to feign indifference. Like, did it ever feel hokey at all?
No, man. The thing is, like, as somebody who has had to, like, sort of reconnect with family members, and the separation was on less than savory circumstances, we'll say. Everything that she did was believable. Like, I could totally appreciate the hesitancy, and then also like that the restrained want to go in. Like, you can tell just from the body language that she was just like, fuck it, I want to just dive in, but I have to protect myself. I have been there, so I believed every fucking second of it.
Yeah, I mean, Devery Jacobs, got to hand off to that actress. She's goddamn good. Mm-hmm. Like, better than I thought she was. Good.
Yeah, because that's the thing. We other than the beginning of the season 2, when her and What's Her Bucket are off screwing around, like, we really haven't got too much of just her. Mm-hmm. And having an episode where it's essentially just her, like, yeah, she was fucking solid.
Yeah. So, I guess, we're sort of in an era of social media and immediacy, and you can literally find anyone at any time. do you buy the fact that the dad was just like, I sign off on that being a mistake and me not being able to be there, even though the mother's dead, but the grandmother doesn't want me around, so I'm going to respect it, and I'm just going to pop smoke with the new family? I'm struggling a little bit with that concept.
I'm not, just because I've had family members that like disappeared out of the family for decades and then just out of fucking the chaos, like stumbled upon one family member on Facebook and then kind of reconnected with everybody that way. Like, I mean, that's so like the latest one. I'm not going to get into detail or anything, but basically a long lost cousin I've never fucking met found me on Facebook like 4 or 5 years ago, added me. I just added her. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Cause I figured it was a previous client or something. Didn't really think much of it. And we didn't talk for years. And then just out of the blue, she's like, look, man, I added you. This is who I am. This is my story. Maybe can we talk about my uncle or my dad? And it's like, oh my God, how the fuck did I not know that was you?
Wow.
So yeah, I believe it's possible, even with social media and like everybody being connected, still having that, disconnect.
Yeah. Wow. That's heavy.
Yeah. It's a trip.
I want to know that story.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I mean, it's not as exciting as it sounds. It's just,
Okay.
I don't want to talk. There's no reason to talk about it.
That's cool. Yeah. Okay. I mean, as long as it seems real, it felt a little bit stereotypical to me, which is why I was a little hesitant, but ultimately I was cheering on every action that Elora took, and then some of them she didn't take. I was just like, come on, do this. I just love this episode so much. And here's the worst part is I don't think this is better than the last or the previous to the last episode. As far as like, I don't know, whatever rating or quality or whatever, I think it's on par, but this is like almost the end.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm sort of either coming to terms or struggling to coming to terms with the fact that we have 2 more episodes, and I don't think it's going to get better.
We have 1 more episode.
We have 1 more?
I thought.
Is this 8 or 9? Oh, this is 9.
This is 9. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. That's the struggle I'm having right now too, because it's like initially I thought going in that they knew as they were filming and stuff that this was the last season. But I think it might not have been until they released it that they found out it was the last season. So it's like I'm so worried what's going to happen with the next episode. 'Cause it's like if they knew, and this is a long shot, I don't think this will happen. But it's like I almost wonder if they knew if it's going to be like the Seinfeld finale, or if it's just or if it's just going to be one of those ones like and I'm not comparing the two just for everybody listening. But if it's going to be sort of like Last Man on Earth, where it just, the ending is just so big and so strong, you're like, fuck yeah, season 4. Oh, wait.
I never saw that ending. I don't know what that is.
Dude, did you ever watch it?
I watched the first season.
Oh, man, it gets so much better.
Really?
Fuck. You'll be pissed at the end of the 3rd season if you stick with it.
I'm not sure I can last that long. The first season, I felt like I had enough. I was like, I get it. Okay.
All right, fair.
Oh man, 1 episode left. I don't know how you put a cap on this. I thought they knew going in. Like that's sort of my mindset. Thinking that they didn't know.
Right.
Could be literally anything.
I hadn't even considered that until actually as we're discussing this episode right now that, what if?
Fuck. I think my life will be measurably darker without this show in it. This is a brilliant show.
I agree, man.
There's been no other show. This sounds so stupid to say out loud, but I feel like I have to say it. I have enjoyed other shows.
Yes.
I am a human with feelings. I've enjoyed other shows. This is different than every other show, full stop. Like it's completely different. And we say it every fucking episode and we freak out about it. I genuinely mean it. And I'm gonna have to just keep watching this over and over and over again until there's like some sort of continuation, whether it's the next directors or writers show or whatever, if they ever fucking come to an agreement with the goddamn producers. That this brings me joy and makes me cry.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what else are you gonna watch other than porn to do that?
Not much. I mean, the thing is, like, for me, before this show, there was always Star Wars. And there will always be Star Wars. But, man, it just doesn't hold as well.
No.
Like, I mean, the movies aside, like the original movies aside, it's just, like, that's the only other thing that I can kind of compare this to with how life-altering the show is. And I hate to say that because it sounds so... Yeah. Like I've got a shitty fucking life. I mean, I do, but like yes, I'm also a sucker for media, whether it's film, TV, books, comics. Like I know I should be one of those people that experiences the outside world and travels and does shit. But to me, shit like this is so much more exciting. And for something that has been so fucking important to me for 3 seasons and it's over, like, I don't even want to watch the next episode because it's almost going to be like I'm losing a fucking family member when it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, that's heavy. I wonder if the producers, the writers, the directors, the actors understand the weight. You know, because they...
Oh, yeah.
I think they do go into it thinking, hey, this is our chance to tell our version of a funny story.
Mm-hmm.
You know? We want to say something meaningful about our experience, and this is it. I think that's what they went in to do. I wonder if they knew the impact that it would have.
I feel like the first season, not so much. But the second season, after the reception of how fucking well it went, they knew what they were doing. Mm-hmm. And that's what gave them the freedom to do something like this. And then... yeah, just and like seeing this shit that they post. Like, I mean, of course, a lot of shit's staged and whatever. I understand. Social media is not real. It's bullshit. But seeing a lot of the behind the scene pictures of each episode, because usually that's what they do to announce an episode is they do like the behind the scene photos of that episode. Yeah. And like for this episode, you got Sterlin, Harjo, and Elora Danan putting a blanket on Ethan Hawke, and it's like that is so fucking beautiful, and especially like if you understand the context of it, like that's sacred. That's like a blessing. That's saying we are taking care of you because we care about you. Oh, wow. And yeah, seeing that, it just made my heart melt. It's like, God, this show is so fucking perfect. And the fact that they do cool shit even outside of the show, it's just, God, it's amazing.
Yeah. That's cool. That kind of makes me want to get in social media.
Don't do it. Don't do it. No.
It's not worth it.
I will show you these pictures next time we hang out.
All right. That's good enough. Yeah, next time we hang out, it's going to be a seance.
Fuck yeah. We're going to find all kinds of spoopy shit.
We got to talk about that, by the way, because I got...
Fuck yeah, we do.
Stuffs. All right, so I don't know. I mean, we've been talking about what we want out of this season, of course, not to end, but how, if you could script your version of what a great out would be, what would it be?
You know, I've been wondering about that since the episode dropped. I mean, really, the only thing that I'm concerned about, like that I hope that they do, because at that point, then they've almost hit the entire... rainbow of amazing Indigenous actors. But this next episode, it has to have Adam Beach in it. If it doesn't have Adam Beach in it, I'm going to be so fucking disappointed. Especially with the last episode having Evan Adams. Like, I mean, we got fucking Gary Farmer in the series as a regular. Like, we have to have the fucking Smoke Signals cast. We got to complete the collection. I know. It's one of those things. I'll show you. I'll show you.
Educate my dumb ass. Yeah, that, I mean, for me, I don't know. We've sort of resolved the elders' story. Mm-hmm. We've resolved the parents' story. And we're like, who of the reservation dogs have we not resolved yet?
See, and I feel like that.
Willie Jack's check.
Yeah.
Bear's check. Elora's check. Cheese's check.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Even Jackie.
Is Jackie check?
Yeah. Yeah, like that was the whole story of them coming back from when they ran away.
Right. Okay.
So I don't know. Like that's the thing is I really don't know how the fuck you end all of this.
You know, there's a moment where the sisters of Elora were asking, how do you say this? And she told them, and I was just like overcome with this just appreciation of sharing culture amongst siblings that are of different cultures, and the abject appreciation and acceptance of it and everything. I was just really, really into it. What if it is just like this sort of like family, happy, everyone's together and cheesy half hour? Like, what is that good enough? Like as an out, is it okay? Like just go fucking fishing or something. Like let's do that.
You know, I'd be okay with that, especially with how the season started. Like we got some heavy shit just done and over with, and yeah, pretty much everybody's had their resolutions and stuff. So if it is just a sort of like, I don't know. Yeah, like you said, like everybody's just kind of getting together. It's like, hey, let's get the gang together. One last trip. And then everybody goes fishing and it just, the camera just zooms out and it's a sunset and then that's it. I don't think I'd hate that.
I think I thought of something that would top it. So let's do a block party for Elora going off to college.
Okay.
So they're having a party. There is some sort of like Indian mafia like scrap or something that draws the police officer in, and right before they like resolve whatever the problem is, literally everyone but the police officer sees a Sasquatch walking across the street. And then they're like, oh my gosh, and then he turns and it cuts to credits.
That'd be sweet.
I feel like you get the happiness, everyone together. You throw in the Sasquatch. Finally, like I don't know.
Well, and then there we go. Then we finally have the resolution of Big's fucking paranormal shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, especially with listening to that show that you pointed out to me. It's like maybe because after that we got the Deer Lady. Like maybe that was just the omen of the Deer Lady coming. It's right. Like I've been hoping so much for like it's just this big fucking spooky ass paranormal thing to happen, and what if it already happened and I've just kind of glossed over it.
And it did definitely happen. Deer Lady did happen. So.
Yeah, multiple times. Yeah, no, I think that'd be fucking hilarious. Yeah. Especially because it's Sterlin Harjo and his family. Like that would be just great. They just show up and then start waving to the camera and then it cuts to
I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like whatever they're gonna do is gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. I mean, I trust them. It's just I don't know. I want more time. Is all.
Same.
I'm a selfish prick. What do you want? All right. Anything else you want to cover with this?
No, man. I think we got it.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching live or after the fact. As always, remember the evil spelled backwards is live. So get out there with your Sasquatch furry ass and
cross the streams.
Cross the streams for sure, and be evil.
Hell yeah. God, man, I really got to make you watch Smoke Signals.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest Indian movies ever made.